Hey everyone, it's me, Tanya, and I am back for another video, and this video is a little bit different. Obviously you can see my face, and I am totally done up today because I actually have my work Christmas party that I'm about to head to. So I figured since I had my makeup done and all that fun stuff, might as well film a video for you. Also, I am filming this on my phone, so as you guys know, there isn't like a viewfinder and all of that weird stuff, so I'm trying my best to look directly in the camera, but it's very difficult. So if you see me looking like this way, I apologize in advance. But I do have my iPad down here, so I am just going to refer to this list that I have in front of me. And we are here to talk about the top things in the planner world that I really wish would get left in this decade. Like, let's not bring them into the next decade. Like, I beg and pray. So disclaimer, anything that I mention in this video is just my opinion. I'm not trying to come for anyone or any specific shop. Of course, some of these things are derived from certain shops, but I will not be listing any or mentioning any shop names simply because I don't want anybody coming for me, and this is just my opinion at the end of the day. If you share any of these opinions, or even if you disagree with any of these opinions, please list them down below in the comment section so we can talk about it. All right. So let's just jump right into this. Anybody that knows me, that follows me on the gram or even my YouTube, knows that I am very opinionated. Sometimes it gets me in trouble, but I think a lot of times people agree with what I think. They just don't always feel comfortable expressing it for whatever reason. And I've been like that my whole life, where I've been the one to speak up, and I'm usually the one that, you know, gets in trouble for it. But anyways, let's just jump into the list, and yeah. So number one, the first thing that I wish people would leave in 2019, and specifically this decade, are bougie boxes. Now I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but the concept of bougie boxes to me is a waste of money. Like, they're not cheap. And if you really want bougie boxes, then you might as well buy like a roll of overlays as opposed to like 4 or 5 on a sticker sheet that costs you like $5. And you know, like, you're probably gonna need at least like 7 of them for the week minimum, probably more. And then the fact that you are just putting the sticker down and then you're putting stickers on top of it, so you don't even really see the full bougie box, if that makes sense. And you can't write on them. I don't understand it. Like, it's just a waste of money to me. And if you really want to do white space planning, semi-white space planning, then I would say just use headers, which is much more cost effective, and you can get rolls of those from like Rose Colored Days, or I think Girl Boss Anna does them. So anyways, that's just my opinion. The next thing that I think we should really leave in this decade are extended boxes. So those little journal flippy boxes that are like lifted up in your planner, and it looks ugly. Sorry, I'm not coming for anybody, but they look ugly. Like, when you're posting a planner spread and you've got this like random thing just it's like, I'm sorry, but I'm not into it, and I wish that those would get left behind. Also, for the sake of like extending your day, like, just write smaller or put less things. I don't know. I just think that it's just unnecessary, and that's, again, my opinion. Okay, the next thing that really bothers me, kind of along the lines of extended boxes, are when people buy planner sizes that they know are not going to work for them. For example, buying an Erin Condren, if you really, really like, you know, minimal planning and you don't have a lot of plans, why do you need such a big planner? But then on the opposite side, if you know you have a ton of plans that you do like weekly, why are you buying a Hobonichi where you can only put 1 plan per day if you're using a full box? Like, that just doesn't make sense to me. And I'm not saying to not have multiple planners, like, by any means. I have multiple planners myself, but all in all, if you know in advance that you have a certain planning style, don't just buy a new planner because a company came out with a new size. I just think that just kind of ridiculous, and they kind of all fall to the wayside or, you know, one falls to the wayside at least. And I just think save your money, folks. Like at this time in your planning like career, you should know what works for you and what doesn't. And going from a massive planner like an Erin Condren to a Hobonichi or a PP Weeks, just, I don't know, it doesn't make sense. Okay, the next thing that I think should get left in this decade are planner channels that only use one specific shop kit. Like, that is the most annoying thing in the world. Like, it feels like Groundhog Day. Every time I go to the channel, there's no diversity. The only thing that is different is the artwork in the kit, but the format's the same. The decorations are the same. It's all the same stuff. Like, there's nothing really exciting to look forward to, and especially if you plan the same way every single week. Now, I know that this is your planner, you can do what you want, but to put it on YouTube and like as entertainment, for me personally, like, I get bored of the same things over and over and over again. So I try to change up my planning style in my planner, not only for me to not get bored of it, but also for you guys, so that when you're watching my videos, you're not like, is this the video that I watched last week? I'm pretty sure this is the same video I watched last week. Oh no, it's a different one, because they're different boxes, but everything else looks the same. I could talk about this all day, but basically I just think folks should change it up a bit. Like, yeah, or just don't do YouTube. Like, it's kind of boring. Okay, so the next thing that I think we should really leave in 2019, and specifically this decade, are marked up AliExpress items. So if you're not familiar with AliExpress, really it is a website that wholesales a lot of items, craft items, you know, bags, purses, all of those things. And they typically come from China, and they are marked up or marked down like for super duper cheap. Like, you can buy, for example, I think I have it here, maybe I don't, those Symbolion pens that I buy, my marking pens, those are like 30 cents a piece if you buy like 10 or more. Like, very ridiculous pricing, and in a good way. But what I've seen lately is a lot of shops taking items that they've purchased off of AliExpress and passing them off as their own just because they put their name on it, or their brand on it, should I say, and marking it up 10x, 40x the price. And it's kind of like, the average consumer doesn't know like what AliExpress is, but at this point, like, we should be getting smarter about how we spend our money. And I know this is not this discussion on consumerism, but I just think that trying to pass off things that are not really your idea as your own idea and as your creative idea is wrong. Okay, switching back to YouTube, and something that has really, really grinded my gears from probably the first time I started watching YouTube videos for Plan With Me's. Can we leave the Plan With Me's out in the next decade that don't have any plans? Like, I just need to know why we spent 45 minutes looking at you putting down stickers for the base, but there are no plans. This is not a Plan With Me. This is a decorate with me. Not even decorate with me, because you haven't really decorated much. Like, I just think it's so obnoxious, and we should maybe reword these, and because I feel like it's a bait and switch. It's like, ooh, come watch my plans, and then 35 minutes in, there are no plans, and I'm a little upset. Also, I know that not everybody has like super jam-packed weeks like I do. Like, I fill up my planner pretty much every week with at least 4 or 5 things per day. Sometimes 6, most of the time 5 or 6. And I just don't understand the concept of like doing a whole plan with me and all of this for YouTube and editing all of this, because it does take a lot of time to have 2 plans per day. Like, I know people are gonna like really hate me for saying that one, but I just think a plan with me with no plans is a waste of time. It's a waste of your time, it's a waste of my time, it's a waste of everyone's time. Just leave those in 2019, please, I beg you. Okay, the next one goes back to what I was talking about earlier in regards to just buying planners because they are like the new size from the company. And this kind of falls into that whole category of sizing. And I think anything that's micro, Hobonichi, unless you're using it for like quick pre-planning, like, why are we using kits for planners that are this big? Like, I just don't understand. Like, the concept of it, and I tried to like look at the micro planner, and I was just like, this doesn't even make sense. Like even the mini happy planner, which is like a pretty normal size planner, it's probably about the size of this. It's like, it's very similar to the size of this. Didn't work for me. Like I have to write super itsy bitsy, and I just don't understand why this is a thing. Like you literally can only put one plan per day. Is that all you plan to do for that day? Is just that one thing? Like, or are you planning to use your planner as like a planner for things you plan to do that day? Like anyways, I could literally talk about that all day. Okay, switching gears a little bit. The next thing that I wish people would stop doing in 2019 and into the next decade is fangirling. Like, it's kind of strange and weird. Like, we are not celebrities. People on YouTube are not celebrities. People with 100,000 subscribers or followers on Instagram or YouTube are not celebrities. These people sit down to plan just like you and I, and it's weird when you're like, oh my God, like I can't wait to meet so-and-so, or oh my God, like this person liked my picture, or oh my God, this person followed me. It's like, it's social media. They're supposed to do those things. Like, I mean, obviously we know that there are certain shops that choose not to do that for whatever reason. They don't like anybody's pics other than their friends. But I just think like fangirling in general is just super weird. We are all grown-ass women, most of us. Why are we acting like, you know, so-and-so is like the Jesus? It's just weird. It's weird. Stop doing it, please. Okay. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this one. I grew up as a tomboy, so I wasn't really into girly things. And I mean, I would say that I am a good mixture of both girly and tomboy today. Like my perfect outfit is jeans and a t-shirt or a sweatshirt. But why are we putting bows on everything? Like, on everything. Bows do not belong on everything. Like, if it didn't come with a bow, there's probably a reason why it didn't come with a bow. So why are we adding a bow? And then I just don't understand why, like, if you're looking at a planner and there's like, you know, one day, there's like 7 different types of bows on one day. Like, can we just stop putting bows on everything and just let some things just be what they are without the bow, please? Thank you. Okay. All right, the next thing that really grinds my gears. Posting plan with me's or spreads to Instagram or YouTube that are old AF. And when I say old, I mean 30 to 45 days old. Like, we are in the next season. I do not give a rat's behind what you did last season. Like, it shows that like you really don't care about your planner, because if you're so far behind, like this isn't like a hobby for you. Like, this isn't something you do this is a hobby, but it's not something you do on a daily basis, if that makes sense. It's like you're only doing it for YouTube or for Instagram versus like using it functionally. And if you are literally months behind, like, it's weird. Like, I saw a girl, I'm not gonna name any names, but I literally saw a girl post a spread from December 2018. We are in December 2019, but she posted it probably late October, early November of this year, saying she's playing catch up. Help it make sense, because I instantly saw that and was so disengaged from anything she had to say in the post, and I unfollowed, because I'm just like, this is from a year ago. Like, we want to see relevant stuff. Like, of course, we love to see, like, you know, your creative process and things like that, but it just shows a lack of care, and really, it totally puts me off. So, please stop doing that. Okay, the next thing has to do with money-related things on Instagram/YouTube. And the first is buying things just to resell. So, you know, buying Simply Gilded washi, buying Happy Planner items, whatever it may be, only for the simple fact that you want to resell it, versus you want to buy it and use it and then maybe down the line resell it, or you buy it and it's maybe not quite what you wanted or what you thought, and then you resell it, right? But only going to purchase because you know that other people will want it and will pay higher price because, you know, it's aftermarket, if that makes sense. And I just think that kind of takes the fun out of all of this. Like, I remember when I was a sneakerhead back in the day, and folks would do this. They would literally buy sneakers and only to resell them, like no intention of ever wearing them. And it just kind of takes the fun out of those items that we do know that are sought after. And now the true consumer has to pay more, or they don't have to, they do have a choice, but in theory has to pay more to obtain this item because, you know, Joe Blow from Montana wants to purchase 30 of the items and resell them for double the price. So can we just stop doing that? It's not cool. Okay, and the last thing that I really wish that people would stop doing, and I know y'all are gonna come for me in the comments, but Patreon pages. Can we, it's really not that deep, y'all. Like, this is supposed to be fun, and I've noticed that a lot of people who have started Patreon pages recently are doing them because, one, they are making money or not making enough money, I think, on their primary YouTube, and now they want to, in my opinion, exploit their following by having us pay them, when all of this stuff should be free. All of this stuff should be fun. YouTube and Google and AdSense and all of those people are where you should be getting your paycheck. We should not have to pay you, in my opinion, again, for content. Like, this is supposed to be fun. Like, so you're saying that now I have to be a Patreon or patron, whatever they call it, to ask you certain questions? I have to pay you? Like, you are not a celebrity. Like, who the hell do you think you are? Like, charging people who admire your talent for planner stickers. Like, this literally blows my mind. And I know a lot of people will disagree with me on this, especially folks who, you know, do YouTube as a full-time job. But again, if you've chosen to make YouTube your full-time job, you shouldn't have to supplement it by getting money from your subscribers. Like, I don't know, I just think it's like it's a reach. It is a real reach, especially sorry, Cairo just jumped up on the desk here. Let's see if he wants to hang out. You want to hang out? You want to talk about Patreon? Maybe, maybe not. Okay, I'm gonna put him down. But I think it's a real reach when you're asking people to give you money, like, for basic things. And then don't even get me started on the fact that some of these levels of Patreons are asking people to create a planner spread for them. What is the point of that? Like, so somebody else is gonna create your planner spread and you fill it in with your plans. Like, isn't the point of this to, like, do it yourself so it's fun? Like, I think that's super weird and strange. And like, me having a XYZ Planner Girls spread in my planner is nothing to me. Like, she goes and does her planner stuff just like I do. I sit at my desk and do my own stuff. That's what it should be. It should be a hobby. I just think it's weird when we have to pay you guys to do this stuff. Like, and I say you guys, there's only a select few of people that have Patreons, at least to my knowledge. But if you're selling things, like, I know Llama Letter, she physically sells, like, her artwork. Like, artwork should not be free. Like, it is a tangible item that you can hang up on your wall or, you know, give to a friend as a gift, whatever it may be. It's tangible. And she spends extra time doing this, so she charges for it. And she gives her Patreons access to her artwork earlier. So I get that. But just the whole, like, oh, we get to hang out one-on-one and you give me $3 a month and I'll tell you all about how to plan. It's like, well, isn't that what your YouTube is for? Like, don't you have all of those videos already on your YouTube on, you know, the top 10 planner supplies you need? Like, why should I have to pay more for you to teach me about planning with stickers? It's so bizarre to me, and I know a lot of people are going to disagree, but I'm pretty sure that's everything for my list. If you have anything that you think should be added to this list, go ahead and list it down below. Again, this is supposed to be, like, slightly humorous, but I'm very serious about all of these things. Like, these things really do bother me, but at the end of the day, it's not that deep. It's just planner stickers. It's just the planner community. Like, this is supposed to be fun. But yeah, if you have any questions outside of anything we talked about today in this video, please leave me a note or shoot me a message on Instagram. I am very easy to reach. I pretty much have my phone in my hand at all times unless I'm sleeping. So yeah, that's everything for today's video. Thanks so much. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and click that button down below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.